Okay guys, it's time. Throne of Liberty launched in Korea. 7th of December was the start and I was in France with my family drinking wine and eating cassoulet. So after that I came back at home and I started to investigate what is this game, what is this game about, all of the things that we had from the developers, from these letters, from the producers, from the videos, from the betas, etc. How it feels in real life in the game. Important remark, I'm still working on different VPNs and my Surfshark VPN is pretty bad. Don't use it for the purple, for the Throne of Liberty, it works bad. But Throne of Liberty, in this video, honest review after the launch, everything that we know about the game, is it true or not, how it feels and everything, beginning from the story, gear upgrades, skills, classes, gameplay, how it feels, graphics, visuals, everything. Let's go. And please, I love you, my community. Please subscribe because these videos are going super hype. There's so many positive feedback from you guys. I really love it. Thank you very much. Subscribe to my channel. Let's go. So the game starts with this stupid story tutorial, but it's super epic like Koreans can do. I mean, you choosing one, you fight with somebody, then you have some superpower, you don't know why you have it, this is your burden, and you need to go forward to investigate why, and you just riding your way to the level and everybody is choosing once, right? And we are playing the Lineage 3. And I can say from the beginning, this is Lineage 3. You will feel it, all these different mechanics from Lineage 2M, all the feeling from the Lineage and the type of the gear progression and the type of skill progression, it's kind of close. It's super advanced and updated for this year, 2023, because it's launched here, right? But it's still Lineage 3, which is good. I really love it. So you have stupid story, epic, you kill some king of the orcs and you have some characters helping you and these characters will be main characters through the whole storyline. Like it is in Final Fantasy, you have the same characters who are with you through all the story, which is good. Now you can feel yourself immersed in the game. Let's talk about important stuff. Of course, it's visual, graphics. Is it fun? Is it interesting or not? And I can say that Throne of Liberty can deliver. It's delivering so good. I mean, during the tutorial, you're okay, this is cool, this is interesting, but all the locations are wide as possible. It's not small location between two mountains. It's not the small forest. It's not small something. It's a huge beach. You can see the crushed, destroyed ships. You can see the reefs, you can see the mountains, and the beach itself is so long and cool. Then when you start and we go through the tutorial and you can see these landscapes with these huge whales flying somewhere. I mean, that's what I like in Korean MMORPGs, and that's what I like in animes, right? When you're looking at some movie from Hollywood, it's kind of realistic stuff, blah, blah, blah. When we're watching anime, it's the huge fucking bosses, something happening, everything is exploding, it's super cool, huge, and the music. Listen to that. The music is super good as well. The music is adventurous. You are playing the game, but this is MMORPG, so it should be sunlight here and gloom and dark on this side because this is the enemy. The adventurous music, you are with your friends going to the adventure. And I mean, I have a goosebumps. So the game delivered on this. And this is on the Unreal 4. And it's not impossible to port to Unreal 5 in some like 5 years or so. It's possible, and many games did that. Like for instance, Mortal Online 2. They ported from Unreal 4 to Unreal 5. Yeah, it was a huge work from them, but it's possible. Still, on Unreal 4 for MMORPG, it looks sharp, it looks really tasty, juicy and everything. And now let's talk about the skills and gameplay, how it feels. First of all, I have a hot chick. Playing as a hot chick, I like arena MMORPGs because of that. We still have hot chicks in the game compared to other European or American games. Sorry, for some reason everybody want to average the characters. The chicks are not hot, they are average. The guys are not hot, they are average. Here guys a little bit too feminine, I will say, but whatever. We're playing as a hot chick, she looks super cool. So, you have two types of the combat, or let's say two setups of the combat. The classic one, when you can look around by the clicking right mouse and click around and choose the enemy, or you can choose it by tap, right? Different enemies, and then you use skills and your character move around. So it's top targeting system. But if you press D button, it will be the action combat, which is the same, but now you're moving your crosshair by your mouse like in FPS. For different roles it could be different. Like for instance for the bow user, maybe the action is better, but for the mage and for the wand user, which is healer, the classic is better, right? How it feels? I'm still on VPN and lags are pretty heavy. Not the lags, but latency. So ping and latency, I have a big one. I can't even fly. This is the hilarious. I'm trying to fly, so you can morph yourself to the wolf. It's super simple. You're like just clicking shift forward and you're running faster in this morph. It's like the wolf for shamans in World of Warcraft. Pretty useful, pretty cool stuff, and looks good, and you can customize it, different cosmetics, etc., like style, etc. But you also can fly. When you're on some high places, you can glide. You can't fly. You can glide like in Dragonflight, World of Warcraft, the last expansion. But to glide, you need to press forward and space maybe and shift. But with the latency, the game thinks when I morph to the bird, I don't do anything and the bird just like... and I'm dead. Every time. It's so annoying. I will try Exit Lag today and maybe it's better without latency with this one. But with Surfshark VPN, it was so bad. So, combat feels pretty good, even with VPN. Combat feels like the old Lineage. What does it mean? But still with the visuals and responsiveness of the control of the new games. So when you cast spells, you can feel it. The impact of the spell, impact of the lightning to the mob, it do the hard feeling like boom, something happened to the monster. When it hits you as well, like you have these sounds like boom, 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 boom. And when you're playing World of Warcraft, it have this type of different approach. Like when you do the auto attack, your character just like swing the sword through the enemy character, and you see the numbers of the damage. Here you will hit the target. It's not a real, it's fake hit, because it's top targeting system, right? It's better for the latency, by the way. But you will feel it. It will be like hard, which is super good. I really like it. You can feel the impact of the spells and the skills. And when the spell is a big one, like the Hellfire Meteor, it will be like boom and kind of shake. So combat feels pretty juicy, and you should remember that this is PvP game. Huge raid bosses, so it will be like 50 versus 50 fights, maybe more. You have sieges, it will be 100 versus 100, maybe more. And with this type of the content, top targeting system is better. You can click your targets, right? You can do a little bit of the structure, a little bit of strategic movements. It's not about like Desert Online. It's super active, super action combat, right? There, sieges are just mess. Something happening. It's cool, it's interesting, but it's like, just imagine Street Fighter or Mortal Kombat, but it will be 20 versus 20. It's just a mess. Here, it's not like that. It still will be messy on the sieges, but the top targeting systems here feels really good, and it will deliver for the strategic content. In World of Warcraft, in the latest expansions, they changed it. You have impacts, you have everything. It's still more soft, let's say, but that's the unique feature of the Korean MMORPGs, the impacts of the skills. So after the tutorial, you are going to the first city you have this map, right? With the tutorial city and the huge map where different cities will appear, different zones, and you will grind your way of progression there. So the first city is Carlston, I don't know the name, but come on guys, it's the Gluten, motherfucker. It's the Gluten from Lineage 2, it's the port city, it's different view and everything, but it feels like they took good things from their games. Like these different mechanics from Lineage 2M and skill progression, etc. But the feeling of the game, as I said, the vast and wide locations, the cool cities, and city is not like in the cinematic where people are going through the streets, but you have different NPCs, you have interesting type of the streets, they're small, you have the places where people will gather, where will they teleport, and when it's the rush hour, you feel yourself in the crowd. Like everybody appears in the central plaza. Then everybody goes to the crafters, right? And you can see people there. Then you have the lonely streets between these places, and then you see the guild place where people also will gather, the arena place where people also will gather. So kind of, I can say that city is feeling like 4 scores from 5, which is good. And it also looks pretty cool. Look at that. Just look at the locations. It's amazing. And you play this game, and it's like you're looking around, you're grinding mobs with cool visuals of the skills and spells and etc. You know, this game about grind. For instance, in Lineage 2, when you will be at the highest level possible, you go and grind your loot and gear, right? And money and XP. And you'll be in one place for many hours. So this place should be cool. If place is gloomy, sometimes it was better places to grind somewhere in dark places of the location, of the map, right? This location. But people will not go there because staying there for 10 hours during the week, it's exhausting. But staying with the sun and cool music and whales flying, etc. is better. So it's kind of super high fantasy game, which I really like. What did I mean by the old Lineage 2 with the new 2023 year game mechanics? For instance, let's take waypoints. You have waypoints. You need to open waypoint once, and then you can teleport, and it will cost some money for you. It will be not super expensive, but you can't just, teleport the whole day. It will be a little bit expensive for you. So most likely you will think, you will grab all your consumables and gear, you will enchant in the city, and then you will go to some place for a few hours to do quests, right? So when you open waypoints, the small short part of the world appears to you. It opens by the narrator talking to you. This is the city of Carlston, and this city was liberated by this king who fought with the evil empire or something like that. Or this is the hills where wolves came, and this is some ruins on these hills, and it shows you. So you like immersed to this location, because now the first location with all these farms and etc., it's like 15 minutes of your questing. But the next one will be like the hour of your questing. The next one will be like 5 hours. That's why it's really cool to be introduced to the location. And these small things in the games, they are everywhere. Like these small pieces of paper where you can read about the lore of the game, like it was a new world, and you get the collections. So by the collections, you will get some cool stuff. I mean, XP maybe, and mastery points, etc., etc. But about that, we'll talk about a little bit later. So all landscapes are cool. The monsters are pretty normal for now. I don't know how it will be in the future, but they're okay. Looking good, models good, etc. Epic music, you immerse yourself, and all these questing things. You have quests on the territory to get more XP, right? You have the main quest, which will, grab you through all the locations, etc., etc. And you have events like this one with the wolves that I had today. You just everybody see that the event started. Everybody need to kill wolves that are spawning around, and you need to bring their tails to somebody. And it's like whoever is the first one will get most exclusive loot from this quest, and everybody trying to do it, because the most exclusive loot is the crafting materials, and sometimes it's super rare, so everybody will do that. So it's more European game that is normal Korean game, like in BDO just grind for a few hours of these 500 mobs, or in Lineage 2 you didn't even have the quest, it's just grind the mobs and grind your levels, that's all. Here it's more easy. Let's say for me start was like a new world, everybody doing stuff, everybody doing quests, etc., etc. I feel that in the end game it still will be grind because of the following thing, and this is super important. The next video will be about the craft of the gear, because craft of the gear in these games are different from all other MMORPGs. Not like super different, but the thing is the following. Like on World of Warcraft, when you progress through the game, you have many different, not sets, but items like swords, armor, all this stuff. And it's different, and it changed their parameters a little bit. And you have on level 10, you can have different options, like 20 different options of the swords, right? Then the level 20, etc., etc. It's like there's so big number of them, you don't even know how many. In the end, you have the sets. And everybody trying to do the beast sets, which is the best in slot set, or pre-beast set, which is that you need to have this to grind the beast set, right? In Lineage and in Throne and Liberty, it's a little bit different. How it works. So you have the gray stuff and gray armor, right? You have different types of armor, which is light, medium, and hard. Here, the gear progression is following. You have few gray ones. Then you have 3 green ones. Then you have 2 blue ones, then you have 2 purple ones, then you have 1 gold. What does it mean? You have 3 different green stuffs, and they kind of are same parameters, but for the different focus. One stuff is more damage, less magic hit, and less mana regen. The other one is better critical, magic critical, and less damage. And the last one is more about the base damage and mana regen, which is more for healers, right? Because you can have 2 weapons and the passives from the weapons are working the whole time. So you can have, for instance, Wand, which is for mana regen, and Staff, which is for crit. So I'll have a crit and mana regen, or 2 of them for crit, so it will be more crit for me, etc, etc. And to get this green stuff, the next one, I need to have the recipe for the stuff itself, and I need to have the resources. And it's not like just the resources that I can gather around. To get the green stuff, I need green resources. So I need to gather the normal ones, then recraft them to green ones. And I can say this is already, like, you just can't go and do the green stuff. You can because of the quests. And quests are showing you, this is how you can get your stuff. So this is how you can get your armor. This is how you can get your belt, etc, etc. It will be finished, I assume, remember my words, it will be finished somewhere in the blue gear. So maybe you will even not get the blue gear fully quested. And then how you can get the recipe. You go to the map, you go to the location, you go and click to the monsters, and you can see the drop from these monsters. And some of them can drop like 10 different items. One of these items is the blue recipe. But the chance, as always, in Korean MMORPGs is super low. Like, I don't know, 1 to 10,000 or 1 to 100,000 when it will be purple stuff. So you will grind this days and days and days and days. You will get this recipe, then you will grind the resources the same. You can drop the wood, the green wood, to get your green stuff, but you need 10 of them, and the chances will be 1 to 1,000. So we grind the mobs, right, with a random chance. Or you can buy it in the auction. But the auction is still to be explored by me. That's how it works with the gear. And just imagine, you have this green stuff, then you need to do all the green gear, and then you need to, because this is the armor, this is the attack with the stuff, and then you need to get all the accessories, which is the magic defense. And it's like you have belt, you have earrings and jewelry, etc. And you need to do for all of this way, right? Grind and try to get it as a loot. With the blue one, it will be more long time. So you can be level 60 fast, but to get all the good gear, you need to grind. How can you get it without all these raid bosses? So you need to guild, you need to party, you need to go to the instance, you need to do all the quests, because some of the, if you will be the first one in the event, in the area, maybe you'll get some recipe, and this is super cool. So this is how this game works, and I really love it, because when you see somebody in the distance with some stuff, you are already know this is the purple stuff, you will kill you. And that's how it works. This is how the game works, right? You will most likely you will have the cosmetics. And the cosmetics will hide all this stuff, which I don't like. But overall, this is how the game works. And this is the party and guild game, because you need raid bosses to progress faster. Whichever guild will grind all the raid bosses, and they're already grinding in 2 and 3 days from the launch, right? They will get these recipes, and they will get all the other crafting materials, and they will start to give it to the members. So the members will become blue gear, then the purple gear. And if you are in green gear, 10 people will hardly kill somebody with the purple gear. This is the big difference. So for PvP, it will be different. Still, it's not the open PvP game, which is cool. So the guilds who are not in PvPing, they still can do the, guild raids, some world bosses and events, so they can progress. And then on the sieges, they can unite with somebody more powerful and help them to get the castle, to get some taxes, etc, etc. That's how it progresses. So next time, the video will be about the gearing, about the progression of your gear, and about the progression of your skills, because it's the same stuff. You can craft it. This is super interesting. I really love this game because this type of the mechanic, I really love it. I think it's cool. It's push people for PvP, push people for the progression, it's push people for the party content. You still can be the solo, like in the Sword Art Online anime. You can do it solo, but you need to, make more effort than everybody else. And that is cool. Also, I tried the PvP a little bit on the arena. The guy was level 11, I was level 7. He killed me, but the PvP was not like 3 spells. It was the long PvP for about like 30 seconds. And our skills obviously was simple, no CC, no nothing, just the damage, and he killed me. But you can imagine when you will be higher on the gear and higher on the level and with the skills, you also can level up your skills. And you also have a passive trees of the skills like defense, attack, and flexibility for the stuff, which is super interesting. Let's talk about builds. The builds could be super variety. You know that we have 8 active skills for each weapon. and you can use at once only 12 active skills and 12 passive skills, right? It's 12. I think it's 12. So you can choose them, you can level up them, and also you have the normal skills, and you can try to grind or you can try to craft the next level of skills. Same skill, which will be legendary or epic skill, will have additional small things, like maybe additional chance of 2% to stun the target after the chain lightning, right? Which is super big. So this is the active and passive. You also have weapons with different things. Like I said, stuff could be with critical hit, could be with the mana regen, could be with big base damage, etc. You change that. You also progress your gear. So your stuff is level 1, then level 2, then level 3. You can't broke it. So it's not a casino like in BDO. They make it more European style. You will level up it, and then you can change this level of the stuff to other stuff for some money, which is also cool. You know, you are not dropping your progression. You are not losing your progression. This is more European style. I really like it. Because in Lineage games, you need to craft more and more same gear to connect it. If you have like sword +2 and sword +2, you can try to do sword +3, but if it's failed, it broke. So you have 0 swords, right? Here it's not like that. So it's more simple, but still you can level up your gear, level up your armor, level up your skills, have different type of the gear, green, blue, blah, 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 have different types of the skills, and also you have the passives. Most likely at the end you will get all the passives, but it's mastery, it's called mastery, skill mastery, but you will choose at the beginning what will be damage or not damage, and also you have attributes, so many things, and attributes like, they are not strength for the swords and wisdom for the mages, no, it's like, if you want more mana, you will get wisdom, and also wisdom will get you more reduced cooldowns of the skills. If you want the base damage, it will be dexterity. If you want more XP and other stuff, like the resistance from CCs, it will be strength. So my mage, for instance, will be wisdom plus dexterity. I will have magic critical hit, I will have the base damage, more base damage, and minimum damage, right, and maximum damage, and also I will have wisdom for the mana regeneration. You can choose like perceptions and strengths for the mage, and it will work as well. It will be tanky mage and etc, etc. So the builds, of course, it will be few builds which are super good, right? And they will balance them. But you also have 2 different weapons. So now I'm using staff and wand because I want these debuffs and sleep from the wand and a little bit of heal, it helping. It's not like in World of Warcraft when you stay, your HP and MP will be restored like in few seconds. No. You will stay for like 20 seconds to restore full mana. So if the mana regen is better, you can grind non-stop, right? And with wand skills for heal, it helps. Also, you can have different types of the weapon, like staff and daggers. Maybe it's working, I don't know. The passives, the active skills, blah, blah, blah. So the builds could be interesting, and you can change them. The thing is to grind for all of the weapons as a blue gear, or all of the armor as the blue for different types of the classes that you can use. It will be not so simple. So just choose 2 weapons for beginning and like play for a month with these weapons and try it. Or at least try at the beginning, choose one and then grind with this weapon. You also need the XP for weapon to get the mastery skills. Whew. So builds are cool, they're variety, they're interesting, and let's see what we'll get from them. And the super important thing, when you die, you will lose XP. Like in old good Lineage franchise. You will lose XP. What does it mean? When you will try to PvP somebody, right, on the raid boss, or you will die from the bigger mobs, like level +10 from you, you will lose about 5% of XP. Which, for now, that's okay, but for the higher levels, it will be huge. And you will have 3 passes to restore your XP, but it's only 3 a day. So when your guild will go to fight for the raid boss or for the siege, first 3 times when you will die, everybody will rush and kill each other, but next ones, you will drop every time 5%. And as I understand, you can buy these free tickets for the XP, but I don't know the amount of money or something, it will be really painful to die. And that's why this game is super, push you to the party content, and it's pretty painful if you want to PvP, but this is the fun of the game. You will feel this. It's not like raid from the Horde and raid from the Alliance just kill each other before the entrance to the raid boss. Everybody killed each other, we just drop the world buffs and that's all. Here you will feel the pain. And the guilds which will protect some key points of the maps, they will get more and more materials and all this stuff. So overall, what I can say, I'm only beginning. I already can say I didn't know will this game be fun or not. It was super, I was super scary because my channel right now basically about Throne and Liberty. Because I feel a little bit of this Lineage, feeling from this game. And what I can say to you, the verdict is the following. This is Lineage 3, modern version of Lineage 3, which is super good. I love it. And I think that this game, for some people, it will be focused. It will be not World of Warcraft, 10 millions, 20 millions people playing, but like 500k, 1 million, definitely will be. Like you have Lost Ark. This is the Lost Ark on the steroids, with the good mechanics, without this pay-to-win stuff, without this only focused on Korean audience. It's focused on the European audience. I don't know how Amazon will destroy it or change it or something, but it's not pay-to-win. It's super interesting, usually good. You have PvP, real PvP, not just the arena stuff, which is like, for instance, in World of Warcraft, arena is good. But the open world PvP, it's nothing. You don't have a purpose. Here you have a purpose. The raid bosses, the gear from the raid bosses to progress. And it's like it was in Lineage. That's why I think this game is super good. I definitely will play it, and I definitely will continue. And this channel, this one, you have to subscribe right now. This channel will be the biggest channel for Throne and Liberty before the European will launch, because after that all the big guys will come and they will start to do the same stuff like myself, and I'm happy with that, because as many people will talk about this game, the better, right? So this channel will grow about Throne and Liberty. Thank you guys, thank you this community about everything. I'm growing super fast for me. I'm already 1,500. It was like less than 1,000 a month ago. So thank you very much. Subscribe, like the video if you like it. The next one will be about the gear. I will drop so many videos about this game, and these videos will be not just the stupid guides. It will be talk. You will understand my things, and just comment below what do you think, guys. I also need the guilds. Please invite me. I'm on some server with the name beginning on the K. I don't know, Khazar or something like that. My name is PLK Bro, right? So invite me. I will be happy to play with you guys, and I will see you in the next one.